So as I keep saying, nothing that happens in this unit is statistically due to chance. Um, it's anybody who understands probability statistics and the law of averages and how the universe is basically created upon the concept of predictable randomness, that things are occurring at random and due to random series of events. So when things happen in this unit all at once, all the time, when I do one or two certain things, then it's not due to chance. And I've noticed that there's a pattern over the last few months of me. I don't usually spend my evenings in this place. I'm usually out. And when I come home from being out, there are no bugs and no cockroaches or no mice in here. There's nothing. I mean, I basically just go onto my bed, sleep, and pass out, right? There's no bugs when I come home from being out for 12, 14 hours after a busy day. But when I do choose to spend the evening in here and then have to lie on my bed and watch a movie or talk on my phone with family members, I obviously don't have the room for a couch. So I use my bed as a couch. And because there were pest control exterminations over the last few weeks, I've pulled everything away from the wall. So the one or two chairs that I have, I can't use because they've got boxes on them. So anyway, last night I chose to spend the evening in my unit, relaxing. And there were no bugs and no mice throughout the entire day yesterday that I was in this unit. And there were no bugs and no mice throughout the evening. But right around 8:30 p.m., right as I was settling down on my bed for a nice movie, relaxing with some of my favorite TV shows and some music, all of a sudden, there were hundreds of bugs all over this corner right here. All of a sudden. And they were coming from this area right here. They literally migrate from this corner over to my bed. There were no bugs over by the door, even though, you would think they could come from the hallway. There were no bugs in the bathroom. And I have recycling over by the door. So you think that if bugs were attracted to food and they were naturally occurring in here, they would be over by the door where I have my recycling. No, they always come from the bathroom behind this wall because there's always someone doxing their presence in that bathroom late at night, early in the morning, especially on Saturdays and Sundays and on weekends when there's no one in the office, to go up to the vacant premises of the unit located behind this wall and check to see if the same psychopath, sex offender, and cyber criminal named Jasmine Irizarry, who was officially housed in that unit between 2013 and 2022, there's no one in the office to come up here and check to see if she's squatting in the vacant premises of her former unit, which she often does because she's a mentally disturbed, obsessive stalker who can't leave people alone. And sitting against that wall is something that she did for 10 years because that's about as close as that piece of shit will ever get to physically being around me. And what she wants is to physically be around me. She's mentally disturbed. And that's why Greenville houses her. Greenville specializes and focuses on renting to criminally insane sex offenders, as multiple agents of the housing court have informed me over the last few years, and also agents of other government entities such as housing programs and legal services. They've all informed me that the Greenville Group works with agencies to house sex offenders that nobody else wants to house. So Irizarry is a psycho scum piece of rejected hate-stalking, perving, creeping asswipe. And because the Greenville Group sponsors large numbers of so-called BLM activists that are really just hate-stalking sex offenders with no lives, then it's not a stretch to figure out that Irizarry, being a cyber criminal, a sex offender, a psychopath, and a structural engineer who claims to get paid to solve problems, is acting on behalf of the Greenville Group when she engages in constant harassment, aggression, and stalking from behind that wall. She likes to dox her physical presence behind that wall by smoking or burning and propagating intense amounts of cigar smoke and very gritty, nasty smelling marijuana smoke that always fill this corner right here. I actually have the door to the hallway open right now for ventilation. But right now there's a tremendous amount of cigar smoke coming from behind this wall. And I don't think she's smoking it herself. I think she's like burning it in a burner. But as you can see, the door's open, just a couple inches for ventilation. And the smoke doesn't come from the hallway. It never does, because that's not where the psychopath spends most of her time, deliberately burning and propagating sickening, nauseating amounts of marijuana and cigar smoke. She's desperate to let me know that she's right there because she thinks that stalking people is going to make them want to be her friend. I'm not sure what the hell she wants from people. She's a rejected asswipe, psycho scum sex offender. She's a pervert who according to multiple individuals at the Greenville Group, is their surveillance expert and is therefore most likely responsible for the fact that there are surveillance devices in my own bathroom, as Boston police have confirmed, and multiple individuals have bragged to me that they can see what I do in my bathroom, but also in the common bathrooms throughout the floors of this unit, of this building, rather. Irizarry seems to be such a psycho pervert that she has placed surveillance devices in most, if not all, of the common bathrooms, as far as I can tell, because when I do go to those common bathrooms on other floors for privacy, I don't have any privacy. Irizarry resumes the use of the same directed energy device that she's been using on me for years to electronically assault me, which is her way of letting me know that she can see what I'm doing regardless of where I go. That's how you know you're dealing with a severely disturbed sex offender and a psychopath who, according to Oleg Elisayev, her sociopathic handler here at the Greenville Group, she is so talented, she can hack into anything, she can take care of anything. Therefore, her use of a directed energy device is not just, most likely permitted by Oleg Elisayev, but sponsored and maybe even told her to use that. I don't know. She's not that intelligent. She likes to brag about her own criminal activities and abilities on social media, which shows that she has some sort of a personality disorder and nothing else going on. True criminal professionals keep it on the DL to the point where you have absolutely no idea what they're capable of or what they're doing. I mean, just watch a James Bond movie, right? So stupid criminals brag about their criminal abilities and activities all over the place. And Mr. Elisayev is one of them. He's a criminal too. He uses criminals to do his dirty work, to harass tenants that he doesn't like and that he's trying to get rid of. And all you need to do if you want to check out Mr. Elisayev's prejudice towards female tenants is check out how many times he's filed baseless, retaliatory, illegal actions against my tenancy over the last 5 years. He's had 4 illegal actions against my tenancy in 5 years, all of which have had to be dropped for lack of legal validity. So you do the math on that one, folks. But right now, there's tremendous amounts of bugs suddenly in this unit where a few hours ago, 12 hours ago to be precise, there were none. Sorry, 24 hours ago. And so the intense and sudden explosions of large numbers of bugs in this unit has nothing to do with the reproductive patterns and migration patterns of these insects. We're talking about cockroaches, and I don't know what else is in here. There's also rodents. So when you go from 0 to like 100 in just like an hour, that means that someone is deliberately propagating these insects into your living space. And because there's all kinds of holes and cracks and banging on the other side of this wall, last night I discovered that there's like a huge crack right here. I never even saw that. Where in the world did this happen? There's also a crack right here. So if you're a paid career criminal, as Irizarry obviously is, according to what Oleg Elisayev, her sociopathic handler at the Greenville Group, likes to brag, then she is perfectly capable of propagating large numbers of insects into this unit, presumably through the hole in the wall behind this pipe right here, presumably through, you can do it through the plumbing as well. I was reading on a scientific article that you can propagate things through the plumbing system very easily. Like you can put alligators into somebody's bathroom by sticking them up the toilet, stuff like that. I mean, it's really not science fiction to understand how you can propagate things into someone's living space without physically entering their living space through the door. So right now I have to take out my trash, my food trash, put it in the bathroom down the hall, because any kind of food item in this unit attracts whatever bugs are already in here, like they gravitate towards the food items. So what I do is I just take 1 or 2 items rinsed out. This is a yogurt container. It's rinsed out. This is a cheese plastic, but I'm not going to keep it here in my unit, because then all the bugs that were suddenly coming from behind this refrigerator last night are going to find these items, and then they're going to just converge upon whatever food items I have left out. So here's what I do. So this is the one trash bag I have in the hallway, and I'm going to throw it out when I leave. But this is food stuff, and even though it's been, what's going on here? 1, 2. So these bags have been here for 3 days. I've been here since Wednesday. Okay, so this is my stuff. And because it attracts, the bugs that are being propagated into my unit, there were no bugs again for days. I haven't seen any bugs in my unit. And last night there were like 100 of them suddenly around the sink area of my unit. So there's 1 trash bag here, 2, 3, 4. And these have all been here since Wednesday. Well, I've had this bag here for a couple of days too, but it's not like a giant bag that's blocking access to the hallway. But Greenville likes to claim that I'm responsible for the bad conditions in this building. Huh, that's weird. I'm not the one who's propagating cockroaches into other people's living spaces. That would be Irizarry, Greenville's paid career criminal, who has bragged on social media in writing that she's a structural engineer who gets paid to solve problems. I'm wondering what kind of problems those would be. Would it be the fact that there were no bugs and no mice in this unit for the first 12 years that I lived here? And then all of a sudden, 2 years ago, all of a sudden there were mice. I've never seen mice before. For 12 years, I lived in this unit and there were no mice. And I had as many boxes then as I do now. So it's not the boxes that are attracting the mice, you fucking retards. You can have a garage full of boxes and no mice if you have effective pest control. That is my family's situation. My sister, my brother, my dad, they all have big basements and large garages filled with boxes. They don't have cockroaches and mice running all over the place because they know how to engage in effective pest control. You engage in effective pest control, and then you can have as many boxes as you want piled up to the ceiling if you want and not have any pests. It's not the boxes that attract the pests unless you've got rotting food in there, which I don't. That's all papers and books. As far as I know, papers and books don't attract cockroaches and not even mice. I mean, mice usually go to food, right? So anyway, over the last 24 hours, there was an explosion of cockroaches coming from that area right there, where there has been someone deliberately burning and smoking marijuana and cigar smoke since yesterday evening. And over the last couple of hours, as soon as I woke up this morning, someone in the premises of the permanently vacant bathroom behind this wall started making smacking noises. That's Irizarry, the psycho scum, rejected, psychopath, sex offender, asswipe, BLM professional hate stalker who likes to dox her presence to let me know that she's just a few feet away because she knows that she's so hideous, nobody wants to have anything to do with her. And that's how she, basically operates. She wants to stalk people to make them feel, obviously, harassed, right? That's the whole point. She wants people to know she's just a few feet away because she knows that she's so revolting and psychotic that nobody in their right mind would want to have anything to do with her, and that's a fact. So then she hate stalks them and deliberately gets disruptive to let them know that she's right there, to instill fear and loathing, basically. I forgot to mention also the psycho thug violent sex offender piece of BLM ghetto filth directly below 76 who claims to be an anti-white warrior and who's not afraid of making it known that he's racist towards white people, because he shouted at me on multiple occasions when he took it upon himself to come up to my door and violently slam things against my door, then throw things at my head when I did open the door. That happened 10 times last 2.5 years because that piece of shit is so mentally disturbed. He also can't leave people alone, but he's a separate person than Irizarry, the psycho scum, sex offender, psychopath. As far as I can tell, they're both psychopaths. Maybe they should live together and hang out and be each other's BFFs. Maybe they are. He's been slamming and banging things directly below my bed over the last couple of hours as well. I'm not sure what the deal is with his violent slamming and banging, but it's always right here below my bed. And when I had to call the police the other day because he was doing it at 3:30 in the morning, and then again at 5:30 in the morning, and then again at 6:30 in the morning when I was quietly lying here trying to sleep, he claimed that he was chasing a mouse around. Was the mouse on the ceiling and not moving? Because that's exactly the spot that he kept hitting. That must have been a magic mouse for him to be hitting the same spot directly against the floor beneath my bed, which is his ceiling, over and over across the span of several hours. That must have been one hell of a mouse that just wasn't moving and was just sitting on the ceiling. I had no idea the mice in this place were magic. But apparently, according to what that psycho thug, violent asswipe, anti-white warriors he claims to be, directly below 76, that was a mouse that he was slamming things against directly below my bed for 4.5 hours on and off. Wow, this place is amazing. There's magic mice sitting on the ceiling of the psycho thug directly below 76. And that mouse was in the same spot for 4.5 hours. Just incredible, guys.